So today I figured I'd pick up the video recorder again and that I would record my lesson for today. I really enjoyed it yesterday and continued to feel the presence of stillness and rest within me all day. And I got to see my beautiful soul sister best friends, and that was a lot of fun. And I got to speak with my mother and a beautiful client, I guess you want to call it. They're not even clients anymore to me. It's just another beautiful soul reaching out for help. But yeah, I'm just really reclaiming this place of presence and stillness and awareness, and I continue to be guided in every moment as to where to go and what to do and what to say. And I'm constantly aware of the thoughts that I'm thinking, and I stop the thoughts and I question them, because sometimes our thoughts just run automatic, and we don't pay much attention to them, or if we do, we get caught in them. So I like to make sure that every thought is aware and not to get caught in them. I look at it, truly look at it, and I use reason, and it disappears. It falls away, and what was once there in thought and annoyance is now there in peace. So today I'm going to read lesson number 110. I am as God created me. Okay. We will repeat today's idea from time to time. For this one thought would be enough to save you and the world if you believed that it is true. Its truth would mean that you have made no changes in yourself which have reality, nor changed the universe so that what God created was replaced by fear and evil, misery and death. So as I pause to reflect on this paragraph here, it is saying that if we were to wholly, truly believe this thought, I am as God created me, then not only ourselves but the whole world would be saved. And the reason Jesus states it as such is because who we really are is children of God. God created us perfect, unlimited, love, peace. He made us and created us in the likeness of Him. And therefore we have all of His attributes. And these attributes we can share with others. And as we share them, it is more so received within us. And it continues to spread like wildfire through the minds across the entire world. And so He's saying that as we accept this thought, I am as God created me, and choose not to see the universe for what we think it is and replace it by fear, evil, misery, and death, but in fact stand back and see it for what it truly is, then we can live life as God created us to be, in absolute peace, understanding, joy, and aliveness. If you remain as God created you, fear has no meaning. Evil is not real, and misery and death do not exist. Today's idea is therefore all you need to let complete correction heal your mind and give you perfect vision, which will heal all mistakes that any mind has made at any place or time. It is enough to heal the past and make the future free. It is enough to let the present be accepted as it is. It is enough to let time be the means for all the world to learn escape from time. And every change that time appears to bring is passing by. So Jesus is saying here that all we need for complete correction and healing of our mind is to give perfect vision, which will heal all mistakes that the mind has made in any time or place. So it is saying that as we accept this thought, I am as God created me right now, what happens is this powerful and holy thought dispels all darkness, all illusions, all doubts and fears and worries and memories and all of this stuff that we've held on to from the past and carried with us. And therefore, when we choose to accept this thought, I am as God created me right now in this moment, not only does it get rid of everything in the past, but it also opens up the future. So we, in essence, free ourselves in this present moment now by accepting this holy thought. This holy thought includes the wholeness of God. It includes the wholeness of all of us brothers and sisters together. It is a little seed that illuminates the mind and allows us to see through, experience through, and live through an entirely different thought system than we were previously used to seeing and living and being through. If you remain as God created you, appearances cannot replace the truth. Health cannot turn to sickness, nor can death be substitute for life or fear for love. All this has not occurred if you remain as God created you. You need no thought, but just this one, to let redemption come to the light, the world, to let redemption come to light the world and free it from the past. Jesus is reassuring us here that as we choose to remain as God created us, that no fear, no misery, no appearances of the physical form, no appearances of sickness, death, evil, and sin could ever penetrate the mind of the healed. That it is absolutely impossible that as we choose to live as God created us, for any ego or illusory thought to enter our thought system and be accepted ever again. And therefore, all of those thoughts that we used to have so much value in and used to mean so much to us and used to be the ways in which we viewed the world are rendered meaningless, absolutely useless. And in that moment, they fall away so completely that all that is left is the divine voice and will of God. And it is that voice that is so strong and powerful, that is so constant and stable, that is so true and pure, that this voice, this truth of who we are, could never in a million years even make way for one small thought of the ego mind, because God created us whole, and therefore there is nothing missing, there is nothing separate, there is nothing opposite. As we choose to live as God created us, I am as God created me, then the entire power of the whole entire universe is ours, and ours to be shared with everybody, to remember this true power that we have. In this one thought is all the past undone, all of the old beliefs, calculations, judgments, ideas, learning, everything that has happened in the past falls away, and that's a good thing. With understanding, the inner workings of our mind, it gets to a point where they're almost side by side. You can see your ego mind and you can see your true mind, right? And it gets to a point where you start transferring all the faith from one ego mind to the truth. From one ego mind to the truth. And as I started this talk, is it begins with questioning your thoughts and looking into your own mind and having the willingness to recognize, okay, I want happiness above anything else, right? And then you start transferring the faith from the ego mind to the true mind. And then what happens after a while is you start to see the absurdity and the insanity in the ego thoughts. You see the absurdity and the insanity in the ways you used to see and think and view about this world. And therefore it gets to a point where it is unequivocally, no question, no doubt about it, truly what you want is to choose the will of God, to choose the reason why we're even born into this earth. Whether we believe it or not, or remember it or not, doesn't matter. But we are all a part of this grand universal plan. And we are here, we all have a specific part in it. And that part is aligned with the will of God. And therefore, it is up to us to choose which direction we want to go to. And if we truly, wholly choose what we really, really want inside, I am as God created me, then everything from the past falls away. And you're able to see it with completely new eyes, completely new perception, completely new mind. Everything is forgiven. All that is left is those in which you can learn from, those which others can learn from, and the love that you shared and received. In this one thought is all the past undone, the present saved to quietly extend into a timeless future. If you are as God created you, then there has been no separation of your mind from His, no split between your mind and other minds, and only unity within your own. This picture that He kind of created right here, if we are as God created us, then there's no separation between our mind and the mind of God. None. It's whole, right? No split, no separation. And what this means, since we all share the same mind, is this whole mind that we have within us is completely whole and shared with the minds of our brothers and sisters. No separation, no split. And as we are shared with our brothers and sisters, we already know that we are shared with God because we accepted it, and therefore it's this entire cyclical experience of sharing our one mind, which is our natural state anyways, in which we will return to remembering as soon as we let this body down. Right? So it's saying it'll bring us to the unity of all things. That's the house phone, but I'm not answering it. If someone wants to call me, they can call me myself. The healing power of today's idea is limitless. It stretches beyond space and time, beyond past and future, to reside in the ever-present moment now, which is of all eternity.